Good morning, everybody. I am RJ Smith, and this is Crazy News. Today, I'm talking about real-life zombies that are taking drugs that are not only dangerous and cause severe disability, but also death. So come with me on this journey of xylazine. You can't look at the problem, and when you're dealing with people, you have to understand these are people who have lost hope. They feel like there's nothing to live for. They are so rock bottom that they don't even realize how bad things are. Their only way to deal with it is by taking drugs so that they can get their mind off of the reality of their situation. I've been there. It's a rough thing. When I was younger, I was homeless. I used drugs, and you have to get off of them, and you have to make that decision yourself. Nobody can make it for you. Xylazine is a non-opiate sedative and muscle relaxant authorized in the United States for veterinary purposes, but it is not a controlled substance under the Controlled Substances Act. It was first noted in Puerto Rico in the 2000s by DEA reporting, and a decade later, it was documented on the island as one of the biggest drugs that was being abused. The zombie drug is also available for purchase on the internet. And get this, just a kilo of xylazine in powder form can be purchased online and, of course, from Chinese suppliers, with prices ranging at just $6 to $20 per kilogram. That's 2.2 pounds. This increases the profit for drug traffickers as its psychoactive effects allow them to reduce the amount of fentanyl or heroin that they use in their mixture. And that is leading to death. Look, most overdose deaths linked to xylazine and fentanyl involve other substances. Things like cocaine, heroin, and benzos, even alcohol, gabapentin, and methadone, right there, available through prescription. Now, also known as TRANQ, xylazine is a central nervous system depressant. And it causes like drowsiness, amnesia, and slow breathing.
Alarm bells are sounding in Philadelphia about TRANQ.
You'd see people kind of like walking around looking like animals when their knuckles are touching the ground.
Now Art El Malik's hands and knuckles are swollen to 3 times their natural size from exposure to the animal sedative xylazine. The xylazine now mixed into 90% of Philadelphia's fentanyl and heroin supply, drugs that drive fatal overdoses.
Adding a horse tranquilizer, something more sedating, makes it feel like it lasts longer.
But now fentanyl addicts newly addicted to xylazine, seen nodding out and falling over along Philadelphia's notorious Kensington Avenue, are also developing dangerous sores on their bodies.
Next thing you know, you wake up with these big-ass holes all over you, these sores in your legs and wherever. They just pop out of anywhere.
Art El Malik knows infection could precede amputation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. A lot of my friends have lost their limbs already.
Withdrawal symptoms associated with TRANQ can be brutal.
I tried cold turkey, man. I had a seizure and everything.
You had problems on your legs?
I did, man. I had a hole in my shin, and I could literally put 2 fingers in there.
We noticed one young man in a wheelchair missing his left foot. But the drug dealers abound on Kensington Avenue. Ralph Dixon, a lifelong Philadelphia resident, told us he's never seen anything like what's happened with TRANQ.
There are no place for these people. That stuff is like eating this stiff flesh away. It's probably too potent for a human being to be taken in here. The drug dealers, why they cutting the drugs with that stuff is beyond me.
Taking opioids with xylazine and other central nervous system drugs, again, like alcohol, it increases the risk of life-threatening overdoses. Take it from me, you don't ever want to try to put a needle in your arm, whether it be for TRANQ, heroin, methamphetamine, or flakka, another drug that is killing people. I hope I was able to show you the tragedy in this story, and I look forward to seeing you guys Monday. So remember, if you are homeless and you are on the street, try to get off of it through social services before you become a drug addict, because once you become a drug addict, life tends to be over for the majority of the people. Thanks for watching. I'm RJ Smith. This has been Crazy News. Have a great weekend.